Good afternoon and welcome back to the coverage live on Unisport TV. Day one action here from Canberra as we head into our final 6 matches of day one in our afternoon session. And getting things started right now is University of Sydney up against the University of Western Australia. And it's UWA to get things started with a kick-off down to Fua, who takes it cleanly. And there's the dangerous weapon with ball in hand. She shovels it on to Nielsen. So it's Sydney with first possession. Owens gets it out to Maleka. And WA trying to make a mess of things defensively, and they do just that with some good pressure at the breakdown to get things started. So they will have a chance now on the attack. And out to Heald, Taj Heald. She's strong in contact, and there's Jones, Tamika Jones. She's such an enforcer for this side. Every time she gets an opportunity. And Kiriopi gets a start in this matchup. Bumps away from one, and still going is Heald. And Taj Heald, she scoops up the scraps, and she runs in the final 22 metres to open the account for Western Australia. The perfect start for the girls in blue. And there's the extra 2 points for Nicole Leddington and her University of Western Australian side, taking an early lead, 7 points to 0. Both sides such a threat with ball in hand. Another pinpoint kickoff. It's taken there from Nielsen, and she palms away from one before Jones gets a hold of her and throws her into touch and tries to take it quickly, and she does just that and flings it in out to Heald, and she does well to scoop it up. The referee says play on there, and Ruru Hanaki goes into scrum half, out to Gillard. Now to Kiriopi, one-on-one, she's powerful, upper body. And Pomeray goes right before taking the tackle and looks to be stolen there at the breakdown from Sydney before that pass trailed forward. She did all the hard work. Munns Cook over the top of the ball. Just push the pass. So now Western Australia will get possession. A scrum on the 40-metre line. Plenty of pressure at the back there on Ruru Hanaki, but now it's out to Pomeray. She tries a bit of dancing footwork back on the inside, runs into Maleka. She tries to rip it away, but offside the call. Just a bit too keen with Sydney on that occasion. So West Australia will tap and go. Out to Heald. Heald, she only knows one way, tough and hard, up the middle. And out to Pomeray, who's met head on by Nielsen. She shakes away from her. Left side now through Jones. Great chop tackle, textbook. So Western Australia now still in possession, keeping patient. Fua out of the line. Leddington, good dancing footwork, gets away from her and the offload as well, out to Pomeray. Here's an opportunity now for Kiriopi, and another good pass, and back inside to Leddington. And that's superb sevens football there from Western Australia, keeping the ball alive. Offloads are plenty, and the playmaker, Nicole Leddington, gets try number 2 for Western Australia. There's the extra 2 points. So it's a perfect start for UWA. 14 points to 0 over Sydney. There's a restart. It's absolute pinpoint. And this goes over the top of both players going for the ball. So Sydney will get feet, and they've gone quickly. So play on's the call for Sydney, and Heel tries to pinch it, but illegally, says the referee. So Sydney will go back to the mark and tap and go. Now to Owens, now to Maleka. Such good footwork at the line. Does Faitella Maleka. She's being the star of the show for Sydney thus far, as has this woman, Claudia Nelson. Instrumental ball in hand, leaves Hield behind, and Nielsen cuts back on the inside, looking for support. She finds it through Rory Owens, and she'll back her pace, and Jones does very well to knock down the fend and make the tackle. But Rosie McGurn over the top of the ball and gets a textbook steal for the Western Australian side. Leddington nowhere to go, so just hits McGann up the middle, and she takes a good settler, trying to slow things down a bit. And there's another piggyback penalty. Easy let off there for Western Australia out of trouble, so they'll tap and go. And McGann goes cross field out to Pomeroy. Pomeroy spends some time with the Western Force Super W team. Here's an opportunity now, as we just spoke about it. Payhout Pomeroy into some open space. Margot Vella's tracking back, as is Nelson. And Nelson cleans her up from behind. She's on her own. And Vella does sensational over the top of the ball and steals it. Just like that. So fast at the breakdown. And UWA putting plenty of pressure up. But it comes out for Roy Owens. The referee says play on. So it's messy at the base. And scooped it there from Burton. She floats a wild one out to Maleka, and here's an opportunity now for Maleka. Into some open face, Ruru Hanaki, back inside to Fua, Martha Fua in open field. Leddington's doing her best in tracking, but she won't get near her, and Martha Fua, she dots it down for Sydney's first. And the perfect timing right on half-time to bridge the gap, 14 points to 5. On day one. It's game on right now between these two sides. It's great to have your company once again on Unisport TV for our third instalment of the University Sevens. This time, University of Canberra playing host. So it'll be Sydney to restart play. That's well taken there to Gillard. And just chances that pass, trying to get the off-foot away and forcing the error, and a penalty goes with it, and that hurts WA. And well off the mark there for Claudia Nelson, so we'll come back and reset and go again. So she taps and goes centre field, finds Maleka. Again, another little error, just crueling Sydney's chances to get back in this match. That was the moment. So we'll pack down now for a scrum. Wiggly on the field now for WA. She's a try-scoring machine. Here's the scrum half with the headgear. She will feed it. And the push coming there from Sydney. That's a great scrum, forcing the turnover. Popped out there for Vella. Vella goes towards the line. In fact, that was both Burton. A beautiful last pass to Nielsen. And that was sensational where Bo Burton, she timed it to perfection, went to the line, took the contact, and found an arm free for the last pass. And Nielsen gets another. So Sydney now with a chance to level the scoring. 14 points to 12. And there's the conversion. Well timed from Maleka in this wind coming across the face. So we're locked up here in this second half. 14 all the score. So Maleka to get things rolling. Another beautiful kick. This time well taken there from Rosie McGann. She brushed under the first attempted tackle and a bit of pressure at the breakdown there, but it popped up for Heald. So WA still in possession, and Heald gets the legs pumping, and she goes on a wild ring around the Rosie defence there from Sydney. But WA on the attack, and there's a long pass not going to hand. The referee said that went backwards, so play on the call through Jones, and Jones gets the off-foot away. Beautiful pass. Now a bit of space down the right-hand side. Burton with a good tackle. Back inside to Leddington. WA playing some good sevens rugby. Keeping ball in hand. Across the face they go now. Giller out to Wigley. Numbers out wide if they can get it there. Heald drops under and takes the tackle there from Nelson. And Fuwa over the top of the ball, trying to force the turnover, but no good on that occasion. So McGann, short side on her own, gets the pass out of Wigley. And Wigley's got plenty of pace about it. That one's collected very high. So WA with the tap. Martha Fuwa seeing a bit of attention. She's already been replaced. Sophia Saralkas onto the field now for Sydney. Just over 3 minutes left on the clock. Fuwa's back to her feet. She comes from the field a bit gingerly. So exciting final stages coming up in this matchup. All to play for these two sides. WA on the attack now through Heald. She takes a carry up the middle. And the turnover penalty, that's massive there over the top of the ball. So Sydney goes quickly and a bit of space opens up now for Nielsen. She just had a dart from the base of the ruck. And they won't get near her, and that's superb play there from Claudia Nelson. Spoiled the lazy defender and scooped and went herself. And scores a very important try in her second of the day. As the clock ticks down, Sydney taking the lead. 19 points to 14. Conversion was successful, so 21 points to 14 to Sydney, and they're in no rush to restart play. WA need to get possession of this kickoff. Maleka restarts play off the side of the boot, bit of a wedge to that one. It's well taken from Kerriopi, and this is good from WA now. Wigley offload to plenty. Kerriopi tries to bump away from Malek, and she holds on. Still going. Great run there from Kerriopi, and there's a little knock on there. Loose carry. Just trying to chance the arm once again. It's been the story of the day across the competition. So Sydney now will get the scrum feed and can close out this match. So WA looking to put a bit of pressure at this scrum. Needs to be clean for Sydney. And the pressure does come, but it comes out for Sydney University. Maleka goes for Claudia. Claudia Nelson on the outside, still plenty of rugby. Tamika Jones putting pressure and gets the turnover, does she? Yes, she does. Not to pull in the weight, and WA will get a final crack at glory. Rose McGann takes a hit up and the knock on there. So Margot Vella with ball in hand now. Still playing with plenty of excitement in Sydney, and she gets taken there from Heald. Back to Burton. To shy of halfway, and that one. Full arm penalty given to Sydney University, and Maleka will tap. And they've had enough. That rounds out a very entertaining game of sevens rugby, and Sydney University come away for one try win over the University of Western Australia. 21 points to 14 in a thrilling matchup. Coming up next, it is the University of Adelaide up against the University of Canberra in about a minute's time.